Quick daily market analysis for Friday, April the 10th. Hi guys, I'm Don. I'm a financial analyst and a trader. And American markets had a mixed day today. That's as we had the Dow and the S&P 500 in the red. The Nasdaq was the only index in the green. That's on the back of a deal between CoreWeave and Anthropic, pushing the AI sector higher. We did have a CPI reading out showing that the CPI surged in March up to 3.5% from February's 2.4%. So a substantial increase in inflation there, and that will cause the Federal Reserve either to sit on their hands and hold rates steady, or it could even elicit a future rate cut. And over to European markets where stocks were slightly negative. That's as we had investors concerning over the fragile ceasefire in the Middle East. And we also had the EU out saying they might cut growth forecasts as a result of the oil shock there, with industry analysts coming out to say that specifically in the airline industry there could be disruptions because of the cutoff in fuel supply. And UK stocks were essentially flat with, again, a bit of a negative bias there. That's as we had ex-Prime Minister Tony Blair calling for the release of more oil in the North Sea to mitigate the rising oil price there affecting consumers. And we did have news out that in March, record £1.4 billion in money has left funds. And lastly, over to Canadian markets where the TSX was up 0.65%. That's on the back of a strong move in financial and energy sectors there, even though the oil price dropped around 2% in intraday trading. We did have a jobs report out for Canada for March, showing that there was 14,000 jobs created in Canada there. That's against the estimate of 15,000, so a slight drop there. We have the total forecast expected there for job creation in 2026 coming in somewhere between 75 to 100,000 jobs. That goes against last year's job creation of 300,000 jobs, so a big reduction there, and it just shows you the sort of weakness that the economy is currently experiencing.